Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
We start with breaking news for you this afternoon. A man from Becker County has been charged in connection to a death in Audubon earlier this week. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. 29-year-old Michael Ray Mason is charged with second-degree murder without intent. On Tuesday, police were called to a home located at 390 Eagle Street in Audubon for a report of shots fired. The name of the man that died in the incident was not yet been released. Shovels and snow blowers were out this morning, and you might have to break them out again tonight. For what we can expect before the weekend, let's check in with meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli.
And thank you, Jordan. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, some areas, again, getting some snow right now. Here's what it looks like on the radar. First off, if you are north of I-94 right now, especially from Fargo up to just off to the south of Langdon, north of Devil's Lake, and near Mayville and portions of northwestern Cass County, you could be seeing some light snow showers. This is not the main batch of snow we are watching, so just light accumulations from these. Here's where we're seeing some light to moderate snow around the region, mainly off in our southern counties and our western counties. Some light to moderate snow now getting into the Edgeley area, Ellendale, Oaks, just south of Lisbon, and Lidgerwood, making our way down toward the Sisseton area. And this is the area we're looking at that could get some light to moderate accumulations going through this evening. Now, the snow does stretch all the way back into central South Dakota and out toward Bismarck, and will continue to make its way off to the south and to the east going through this evening before it clears out. Current temperatures look like this into our southern viewing area into the low to mid 20s, and up north we are seeing temperatures still into the teens. Combine that with a wind speed of 10 to 20 miles per hour from a cool northerly direction. It's making it feel a little worse. Cloudy skies are going to be the story through this afternoon. If you're south and west of the Fargo area, you have a good chance of seeing some snow showers today with winds north 10 to 20 miles per hour. Temperatures falling through the day back into the teens. Now, we're getting a cold weekend ahead, but it will be dry with a lot of sunshine. We'll have the details coming up later in the newscast.
All right. Thank you, Justin. Medical examiners are trying to ID the victim of a deadly car train crash in the Southern Valley. The Wilkin County Sheriff's Office says the driver of an SUV died in a crash with a train at a crossing near Durand, Minnesota. That's just south of Breckenridge. It happened yesterday morning. The victim's vehicle burst into flames after impact. Roads were icy at the time, but it's not clear if that was a factor in this crash. A big accomplishment for West Fargo as they're named one of 2018's best small cities in America. The city of West Fargo landed at the 10th best small city to live in America. Just recently, WalletHub released a list that compared more than 1,200 U.S. cities with populations between 25,000 and 100,000 based on 40 key factors of livability. West Fargo's low cost of living, crime rate, and unemployment rate, as well as income and education levels, helped to propel it to the top 1% of all the cities examined. In our consumer alert this afternoon, an ongoing salmonella outbreak has prompted a recall of one brand of ground turkey. Jennie-O Turkey has recalled 91,000 one-pound packages of its ground turkey. The 4 varieties were all produced on September 11th of this year with use-by dates of October 1st and 2nd. Even though we're past those dates, concerns are that the products could be in home freezers. Regulators say it should be thrown out right away. This is the first recall tied to what the U.S. Department of Agriculture describes as a widespread salmonella outbreak. There have been 164 reported illnesses and 1 death in 35 states. A legal victory today for CNN and its reporter Jim Acosta. A federal judge ruled that Acosta can keep his White House press credentials. Last week, the White House revoked Acosta's pass after he had this fiery exchange with President Trump during a news conference. Hard passes are granted to some journalists after a rigorous background check process.
I want to thank all of my colleagues in the press who supported us this week, and I want to thank the judge for the decision he made today, and let's go back to work.
In today's ruling, Judge Kelly ordered both parties to file a joint status report next week on how to proceed in this case. There's stunning new numbers from those deadly California wildfires. Officials now say the number of missing people is actually more than 600. Rescue teams across the state are in the process of searching more than 12,000 burned and destroyed structures for those missing people. Miguel Almaguer has the latest.
In Paradise, California, the number of missing climbing to a heartbreaking 631. The already stunning death toll now likely to climb, perhaps to even more unimaginable levels. Emotions here are understandably raw. For those who survived and lost loved ones, a struggle to cope with such immense loss.
It's like the apocalypse.
Kelsey Woodman and her daughter Chloe lost their home, but managed to escape the fiery onslaught.
My neighbor actually ran out and he said, "You guys need to leave now." So that was huge because I probably wouldn't have left as quickly as I did.
Others weren't so lucky. This community full of retirees, with many unable to outrun the flames. Search teams now looking for over 600 in the rubble.
It happened so fast, I think that they would have been in serious trouble.
In the hills outside Los Angeles, also devastated by a fast-moving wildfire, we got a different perspective on this type of disaster with Fire Chief Brian Fennessy.
I've never seen fires travel as they are today, as fast as they're traveling. We're having to reset, many of us firefighters, how we think about where we position our resources, how soon we evacuate community members.
Already, first responders are bracing for another disaster, deadly mudslides.
When fire burns in the hills, it strips them of water-absorbing brush and makes the soil hard. During a storm, all of that flows right into the sprawling, massive communities below.
The flash flood's right there! Get out of here, go!
Even a relatively small amount of rain can cause these slopes to give way.
I believe that there's a greater risk to life through these mud flows than there are actually to these wildland fires.
A stark warning for those who escape the walls of fire and could soon face a wave of mud.
That death toll across California has now risen to 66. For those who survived, many will have to start thinking about rebuilding. Coming up here at noon, see